ho stampers, Deb Valder here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to show you how to do the floating image technique. It's a really fun card to get in the mail because it looks like an object is floating inside another object. So in this case I have the circle floating inside the circle, and if I open it up you can see it just a little bit better. You can see how this object is just floating because of this window sheet. So let me just show you how I did this and how I got started. The first thing that you're going to need for this one, and this one's a very basic one, I'll show you some more at the end, but this one I just did with my Circles Collection Framelits. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the third from the middle, 1, 2, 3, and then the fifth one. You want to make sure that you leave one in between so that you can see that there's a difference between the two right here. You see, if I did it the other way, they're going to be too close together. So what I did was I just skipped one in between. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Big Shot and my magnetic platform with 2 of the standard cutting pads, which is just normal. That's just normally what we do. And I'm going to add my cardstock. Now, what I need to do is I need to make sure that I have the front of the card. So this is the front of my card. This is the back of my card. I'm going to throw the back of my card through first, and I'm just going to lay this on here like this. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 circle framelits and we're going to just let them hang off just over the end, just like this. And that's, I mean, you can have them in the middle and I'll show you an example of that, but this one right here, we're just going to have them hang over the edge. And the same way with this one. Can you see that? They're just kind of hanging over the edge right here. So, I need to put on my plastic plate, and you know that I always put little smiley faces on there so that no one cuts in my top piece right here. And then I'm just going to run it through my Big Shot. And what that does is it cuts off these pieces right here. So when I go to lift it up, this is going to cut out right here, and this one is going to cut out right here like this. So I need this piece, okay, with the flat edge right there. This is going to be a piece I can use on any other card because it's not going to be used on this one. And then there's the circle that's cut out from my base card. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to start assembling. The next thing I'm going to show you is my window sheet. And what I did was I like to try to cut them so that I get the most out of a sheet. So for this one right here, I figured out what size circle I wanted so that I could use a 3x3 piece of window sheet. And if you do 3x3 window sheets, you can get 16 pieces out of one 12x12 sheet. So this is my window sheet right here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some mini glue dots. Now anything that you put on a window sheet you're going to see through. So what I want to do is I want to have as little adhesive showing as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little mini glue dot in each corner, right here and right here. Alrighty, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to turn over. Now remember, this is the front of my card right here. So what I have to do is I have to turn it over and do this on the back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this piece of the window sheet with the edge of my card. And you'll see that just having those little mini glue dots on there are so much better than having adhesive all over it. Alright, so I'm just taking and I'm lining up the window sheet with the side of the card right here. Okay, so far so good? Alrighty, now what we need to do is we need to attach this piece right here. And you can stamp on it if you want. You can, like I said, you can use any framelit that you want, but I'm just going to use the circle. You don't want to put it in the middle because then it looks like it's staged. We want it to be floating. So again, I'm only going to use one mini glue dot that will hold it. And I'm going to take and I'm going to add that to the side down here at the bottom so that when I open up the card, it looks like it's floating. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add my insert to the inside of here, and that is done with just a, you have to have, for this one, you actually have to have a piece that is exactly the same size as your, size as your card base. So this one is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So now what I'm going to do is just take my adhesive and I will, this is the Maritime Designer Series paper, and I'm just going to take and put this in the middle right here. Okay. And you want to line it up nice and even with all the sides. And that is our card. Now we just have to add our sentiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, with just a piece of scrap paper, my Memento ink, and the Just Because from A Dozen Thoughts. I'm just going to take and stamp it on here. And then I'm going to use one of my new Framelits. And that one is called the Project Life Cards and Labels. I love these labels. They're very, very different. This one is a little bit more traditional, but I like using this one with the 2 points on either end. And these are great for cards right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this through my Big Shot. I'll be right back, and we'll finish up our card. Okay, now I'm back. I just cut out my sentiment from the Big Shot, and now I need to take and add it to my my card base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to bone fold it one way and then bone fold it the other way, and then just take some mini glue dots and glue them on. So I'm going to glue this one flat here, and then where it bows back in, I'm going to take and put another little glue dot. And you don't want it to stick up too much, because remember, this has to go through the mail, and we're going to take and just lay it down like that. Now what I did right here was I took my blend abilities and I colored a pearl, and I added a pearl to it right here. So that's all you have to do to finish up the card. You can take and you can put your sentiment on the inside, another sentiment, and all your writing on the inside. But isn't that adorable? It's called the floating image technique. And let me just show you a couple of others. These will be, I'll show you more on my blog, but these are some other ones that I did. Here's the floating head. Okay, see, so when you open it up, his little mustache. And then this is another new Framelit that's in the Holiday Mini Catalog, and you can see that this one is just a floating wreath with the word joy in between. And this one is my favorite. It's the floating stars, and you can see how they are just floating on the inside of the Framelit there. So if you have any questions, just let me know. It's a very simple, very easy technique to do, and it's a lot of fun. You know me, I love to have fun with my cards. So take care, have a great day, and hop on back soon.